I joke, I use irony, I lean on dark humor. And it's not because it's light. It's because if I speak seriously all the time, I collapse. Those who live autism up close know this. There is no constant lightness. There is survival. But today, there's no joke. Today, there's no pause. Today is a conversation that hurts because I am exhausted. Exhausted from listening to speeches about autism made by people who have never spent an entire night trying to calm a child in crisis. Exhausted from beautiful proposals filled with the right words but empty of real consequences. Exhausted from sentences that sound good on stage, but don't change a single comma in the lives of the mothers I follow every day. The truth is simple, and no one likes to say it. Autism has become a discourse, a slogan, emotional capital. Meanwhile, families continue to break in silence. Because those inside this journey don't live on motivational phrases. They live on appointments, meltdowns, missed work days, guilt, chronic exhaustion, and impossible decisions. And then comes this comfortable idea that speaking seriously is negative, that questioning is attacking, that disagreeing is a lack of empathy. It's not. Lack of empathy is lying. Lack of empathy is selling false hope. Lack of empathy is pushing a child into an environment where they don't learn, don't access, don't communicate, and calling that inclusion. Here are conversations we avoid because they dismantle narratives that are too beautiful to be true. And this is one of them. That topic you skip. That question no one wants to answer. That discussion that always ends in shouting, labeling, and cancellation. We need to talk. Even if it hurts, even if it irritates, even if it pulls us out of the comfortable place of those who have never had to choose between the ideal and the possible. But we need to talk to those who understand, not to those who repeat a script, not to those who have only read about autism, not to those who turn other people's pain into empty activism. Because when we don't listen to those who live it, what remains are myths. And myths don't educate. Myths don't include. Myths hurt. Today the conversation is about school, about education, about a topic that has become an absolute taboo. Do specialized schools segregate, or are they, in many cases, the only real chance for development? Because there is something no one likes to admit. Not every child can learn in every environment. And pretending they can is not inclusion, it's disguised abandonment. For this conversation, we couldn't invite someone neutral. We had to invite someone real. He is the father of autistic twins, and that is not a biographical detail. It is a permanent sentence of transformation. Nothing in his life passed through this experience untouched. His career changed. His perspective changed. His certainties collapsed. Today, he is a teacher, a coordinator of a specialized school. But before any title, he is someone who lived autism before explaining it. Professor Alexander Mello, thank you for the invitation. And I'll begin by saying something that usually makes people uncomfortable. Inclusive education is not a place. It never was. Inclusive education is a complex system. And every system that ignores complexity becomes violent. This system is made up of multiple services: mainstream classrooms, curricular adaptations, mediators, specialized educational support, specialized classrooms, specialized schools. When someone tries to erase one of these parts, they are not defending inclusion, they are defending an idea, and ideas don't educate children. The priority is inclusion. Yes, but inclusion is not blind insistence. It is not ideological stubbornness. It is not forcing physical presence without real access. To include is to evaluate, to monitor, to step back when necessary, to move forward when possible. It is to understand that progress is not linear, and that the least restrictive environment is not the same for everyone. Most students with disabilities will benefit from mainstream education, with supports, with adaptations, with constant adjustments. But there is a group small in number, enormous in demand, that simply cannot. Not because the school is bad, not because teachers failed, not because the family didn't try, but because the sensory, communicational, and emotional structure of that environment is unbearable for that child at that moment. And when that happens, insisting is not virtue, it is cruelty. A more structured environment is not regression, it is protection, it is strategy, it is real care. A specialized classroom is not synonymous with exclusion when it is designed as a bridge, not a destination. What segregates is not offering another path. What segregates is denying choice, imposing discourse, turning children into ideological symbols. While we argue over words, families are exhausted. While we fight over narratives, children are failing in silence. Real inclusion doesn't fit in a post. It doesn't fit in a catchy phrase. It doesn't fit in shallow activism. It lives in difficult decisions, in accepting that the beautiful path is not always the possible one, and while we don't have the courage to admit that, the ones who will keep paying the price are the mothers, and they are already too tired to keep pretending that everything is fine.